So today, this is the beginning. This is the first in a series of shows about Honeywell's great technology. We love technology here at Honeywell, and right now we're going to have a real treat for you. We're going to talk about Honeywell's Tuxedo Touch. And today I have with me Eric O, who's the chief engineer for Honeywell's Tuxedo Touch. So first, Eric, tell us, why is this thing called Tuxedo?
Well, Tuxedo came up from a project development name based on the Linux operating system. It's a real-time operating system where, as we all know, that Linux has a logo based on the penguin, and the penguin's wearing the tuxedo suit, so we dedicated this project to that little penguin.
And of course, Linux is a real-time operating system, and a real-time operating system is a pretty important thing.
Based on the Linux operating system, we can grow the whole ecosystem. Linux provides a lot of applications based on video, user interface, graphics, web server, whole bunch of network-connected applications.
So basically, if you have a real-time operating system like Linux, of course, the benefit there is, as this product becomes more than it currently is, we can get drivers, we can just expand the thing to be whatever we want it to be. This is much more than just a traditional security keypad. This really opens up the world of automation.
Correct. And I mean, this is not only a security system, as you mentioned, but also a lifestyle system. Ken, what do you want to talk about first?
I think probably the first thing we should talk about, Eric, is the Z-Wave. Just to give a little background, Z-Wave is made by a lot of different manufacturers now. It's a standard which allows different things to interoperate. Based on 900 megahertz, which is a good frequency to operate on, and it allows a mesh, which means that the system is ultimately very expandable. Each device talks to the other devices, so you can cover very large areas in a home or a building.
From our display board here, we have a bunch of Z-Wave devices, starting off with a Z-Wave window shade controller. We have a Z-Wave door lock, a Z-Wave thermostat, Z-Wave light switches, and AC outlets. Tuxedo is able to learn them as a master controller that operates all these peripheral devices, and it's a great way to control the home automation for interoperability with different manufactured products and so on and so forth. So we already have some of these devices pre-enrolled. On the screen here on the Tuxedo, go from the home screen, one button automation, it gets into a very simple user interface. So for example, if I want to close the shades, and the shades will come down, turn a couple of lights on and off. Let's bring all the lights up, and we can check the thermostat. Right now it's telling us that it's 77 degrees in here, quite warm. So we also have the lock control over here on the screen. Right now it tells us the lock is unlocked, so we can go ahead and lock the bolt from the screen. It takes a few seconds, and then the door lock's going to lock.
So this is really cool. I mean, not only does it do the home automation features, blinds and stuff like that, but it also ties very nicely into the security piece of the system. So locks and lights and things for a homeowner coming home. When the door unlocks, they can turn lights on and disarm the system, things like that?
Absolutely. So when as Ken mentioned, once it's integrated with a security system, so we're kind of bridging the lifestyle with the life safety portion of it and create convenience to the homeowner. So some of the things that the homeowner can program into the keypads are where they, one example we're going to show here is where the system is disarmed state right now. We got lights on in the house, and we could basically give an example where the homeowner leaves the house for the day, goes into security, arms away the system, and automatically the security system would trigger a scene to tell Tuxedo, and Tuxedo will send commands to turn off the lights, put the thermostat into setback mode.
I also know that this thing has a web server in it, so maybe tell us a little bit about the web server.
Sure, Ken. Web server is traditionally used in a computer mainframe for remote connectivity into a system for outside users. So such as when you connect to yahoo.com, behind Yahoo there's the server that serves up all the web pages to your tablets and PCs.
So the web server, just to clarify, when somebody looks at their computer and they're seeing a page from Yahoo or something else, that's coming from a web server in the World Wide Web. What we have here is the ability to serve up web pages locally to Android devices, to Kindles, to Apples, to Internet TVs. So this is a pretty powerful piece of equipment we have here.
Right, that's the innovative part, is that we're able to squeeze in and pack all that power into this tiny 7-inch display here. So what we have shown on the other side is the Google TV. So now the TVs are actually introducing web browsers inside their product. That makes it almost a instant connections into our Tuxedo for user interface control. So the user just need to know the IP address of Tuxedo, which is the server IP address, and then bring up the browser, type in that IP address, and here we already have a screen showing up on the Google TV with the Z-Wave same look and feel as the Tuxedo that you're familiar with. And we can basically turn lights on and off from the TV. So that's pretty interesting. The fact that we're making this into a super remote to your smartphones and TV.
So any remote device in the home becomes an extension of this Tuxedo keypad.
Yes.
A remarkable step forward for the industry, I think. Truly is. So what can we actually put on the screens? Because this is great for homeowners, of course.
Yep, so Tuxedo, we already have camera connections onto the Tuxedo. We can view cameras right on the Tuxedo screen. I'm just gonna hit a few buttons and show up the camera view here. So you can see at the camera, and also on the Google TV, we can bring up the camera, and showing on the Google TV our talented camera crew.
So this is a great example where we've mixed the benefits of home automation with security. So this is just a great application of security.
Absolutely. So really with the technology in hand today, you really have the convenience to do a lot of things without having to get up. For example, let's say if somebody is at the front door, you can take the iPad, see the camera through the iPad who's at the front door, and then from the automation control screen, you can unlock the front door, let them in.
Great stuff, Eric. So we've talked a lot about home automation here, connected home kind of thing. Of course, this is not just a residential product that goes in somebody's home. This is a very capable security system keypad. So connected building is something else that this does. What does it work with?
It works with all our Honeywell Vista products from Vista 15P and up into the commercial lines, Vista 128.
Okay, so anywhere that there's a Honeywell security system, you could add this and have just a great looking product and a great looking controller on any system. That's
Absolutely.
great news.